Here's how they define the gospel typically. Billy Graham says that Jesus came to do 3 days' work: to die, to be buried, and to rise. I say that's false. What in the world was Jesus doing before he even mentioned his death in Matthew 16? He was preaching the gospel of the kingdom. So we recently came across a text, I'll give you this for your notes, in 2 Chronicles 13 and verse 8. So now you intend to resist the kingdom of the Lord in the hands of the sons of David. The devil has been mounting a campaign all these years to tell you there's no such thing as in the hands of the sons of David. That's what the kingdom is. I used to ask the Salvation Army people, I want to know, what is the gospel? And invariably, they would give me a ghastly King James mistranslation. It says the kingdom of God is within you. That's all they knew. I'm not less excited about this than I was then, because there's a vast ignorance about the kingdom. If you don't know about coronavirus, you haven't been around. If you don't know about Fox News and who's going to rule America, you haven't been around. If you don't know about the gospel of the kingdom, I suggest you haven't got on board with Jesus fully. You may understand that he's one, but you simply need to know that his gospel is about the kingdom. And the reason for that is that he's the second Adam. And he's as pained as we all should be about Adam's terrible mistake. Adam lost the kingship. So if you're the Messiah, you say, let's get the kingship going again. So you are the royal family, I think, in training. Through much tribulation, we enter the kingdom. So I've done this with the students. I've said, okay, let's see how much you know about the gospel of the kingdom. Let's start with Luke 4:43. Most have never heard of it. They don't know. I must preach. I'm duty bound. I'm driven like a sheepdog to preach the gospel about the kingdom. That's the reason for which I was commissioned. That's Jesus' mission statement, isn't it? So then I pick up the book by a certain famous gentleman about the purpose-driven church. Now, it doesn't have a text index, so I have to plow through it to see what he says. It doesn't mention it. What? I want to ask the public, what's the gospel? And when they say, well, we really don't know, it's about Jesus dying and rising, that's fine, but that's not the whole thing. Then I've got something to say. Luke 4:43 is brilliant. I must preach the gospel about the kingdom of God to the cities also. That's why I'm compelled. If that's not your mission statement, you haven't got on board with that yet. Then Acts 8:12, of course, is wonderful. That's the text that says, when they believed Philip, as he was going on about the kingdom, endlessly all day long, then they were ready to be baptized, and not before that.